Get away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician, general, author, ruler, man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
Well, I am Virtual Tour Live until you hear that music. Hey, what up, though? How y'all feel? Everybody good? It's your man, your friend, and family member, Braylon Lee here for another edition of Braylon Lee's Virtual Tour Live. Lady B, welcome in. Tyler, T-Mom, G-Mom, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Who said that? Welcome in. Hello to everybody coming in. So, yesterday, there was an interview that dropped with Shannon Sharpe and Amanda Seales. You know, Katt Williams we knew about, right? Because everybody was talking about Katt, this, that, and third, right? We knew Monique because we know her history. With Amanda, we know her existence, but we don't understand her experiences. And so, literally, I only knew about it when I was scrolling down on my YouTube homepage and I saw that it was live. I got in at the end of the live. So it was 3 hours, 10 minutes, and 9 seconds. So we have a lot to talk about, a lot of destinations. Higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro. You see the virtual tour background, yes you do, and you hear the virtual tour music. Sorry, y'all. And then there is me. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. So I told y'all, be here from the top, because I'm going from the top all the way down to the bottom, okay? So this interview, go all the way back up. So this interview starts out with, Shannon Sharpe. Now, when you go on Club Shay Shay, I'm not going to lie, you get some of the best introductions you have ever heard in your life. And he was listed off all her accomplishments. And I'm not going to lie, it's an impressive resume. No, it's here in front. And so then the first question that Shannon Sharpe asked is, how are you doing? And she said that she is evolving. And it's been a lot of information and slander at the same time. But in the past month, it's been beautiful things. So then Shannon says, what caused this evolution? And Amanda says so many people were seeing what she was experiencing. And she was recently diagnosed with autism. Now, as y'all know, we care about autism over here very, very, very much. Because truly, 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 at the beginning, middle, end of the day, people with disabilities, they do matter. They absolutely do. Just because you have a disability does not make you less of a human being. It does not. If anything, having a disability makes you smarter because you understand that there are strongholds, there are weaknesses, and there are blind spots. And because you understand what it is to have one, you understand how you can become better. Okay. Hey, Justine Bow, welcome in. Glad to have you here. So I want to bring something up to y'all. Now, Shannon asked, did you get clinically diagnosed? Right? Okay. That's what she said, right? So this was her Instagram. Have you been clinically diagnosed? Me, yes, there's a clinical diagnosis for autism. But then he hung his head and exhaled in frustration because I did not answer his question. That's called deflection. Why? Because I was not going to be pressured by this man who was interrogating me with absolutely zero love for me into proving something to him that is L by his line of questioning. He had already committed to undermining. I understand my response may be confusing to some, but I'm clarifying as I did in my live, and that's enough. Amanda, an interviewer can only do so much as the interviewee allows. Okay? You said that you got diagnosed with autism. He asked, have you been clinically diagnosed? Because with autism, and no one says Asperger's anymore because it's compared to Hitler, the name is related to that history. Whenever you have a disability, it's usually a clinical diagnosis, right? So that's all he asked. It wasn't like he was not believing. He just wanted more context. That's what you're supposed to do as an interviewer, Amanda. You being in the game for over 2 decades, you should know how the media game works, right? So this is what she said. Hey, healthcare workers, welcome in. So this is what she said, right? Okay. Now, I'll show y'all this, okay? Here we go.
They cut out at the end, he was asking, no, I have not been clinically diagnosed by a doctor because I'm not paying $10,000 to do that. And most people will tell you that at this age, you don't need a clinical diagnosis in that sense. And I think that's the other thing. It's like, we are so conditioned here in this nation to really only consider something in one kind of way. And I will get back to that. They cut out at the end, he was asking, no, I have not been clinically diagnosed by a doctor because I'm not paying $10,000 to do.
There are parents who struggle to get resources for their child's IEP plan. There are young people who do not have the best support system. And for you being in the game, as long as you've been in the game, and you say that you know people who know people, and you have attained a level that other people have not attained, you couldn't go spend $10,000 to make sure that your mental health was okay? I'm just a little confused. I'm just a little confused at that.
So let me ask you this. How old were you when you got diagnosed, and did you always feel that you was different and you felt something was wrong?
Well, what's today?
Today is Thursday, the 18th.
So 42 and however many days until I was just recently diagnosed.
Okay.
And this came out of this situation because so many Black women who are autistic said to me, I see you. You need to. And I've always thought, you can look at other interviews. I have mentioned before, like, I think I'm on the spectrum because I'm an 80s baby. This was not really a part of the narrative.
Right.
And as we started seeing more about autism and you start seeing shows about different characters, and I start learning more like from people like Holly Robinson Pete, I'm like, this feels really like me. But then, I think sometimes we're afraid to learn certain things.
Yeah.
So
60s and 70s babies just got whipped and put to bed.
And to be honest, it's true. And to be honest, I just want to say, like, so my mom, so in this revelation, my mother started looking up like symptoms of autistic children and was like, oh, you exhibited all of this, but I didn't know what to do with this. Mm-hmm. She's a single parent. She's trying to figure it out. But I really just thank my mom, because what my mom couldn't show up for me emotionally, I realized that she was able to, at the very least, that's not even fair to say, she was able to still let me be who I am instead of be precocious, eating it out of me.
Right.
Which happens to so many kids who are misunderstood, and she's West Indian. And so, like, I'm over, little quacious child that's always talking, and they're telling her, like, why you letting her just do all this talking and all of that? Why she's too fresh? She too fresh. Why you letting her just run she mouth so? And my mom is like, that's Amanda. Like, let her live.
Right.
And let's be real, most parents.
That's what happened.
No, shut it up. Mm-hmm. Precocious,
So shout out to the neighborhood talk. I wanted y'all to hear it fully, because where I heard this clip from was from House of Aaron. Shout out to House of Aaron. That good one.
They cut out at the end. He was asking, no, I have not been clinically diagnosed by a doctor because I'm not paying $10,000 to do that. And
So you go on one of the biggest platforms. You go in one of the biggest Black spaces since you say that, right? And you allowed your soul, you allowed your brain cells to form a brain. Say out loud that you was clinically diagnosed, but you and alive then say that you were not clinically diagnosed with autism. I'm not paying $10,000 for that. Where there's a child right now screaming their head off, not because they're trying to be a problem, but because tantrums are how they communicate. And you wonder why people don't like your ass. Okay. I just want that. So now that we have that, let's roll. Oh, child. Okay. So she was saying autism is basically people that do things outside the norm, a norm that other people misrepresent. And that, Amanda is known as difficult, mean, and nasty. And it's not action-based. with the commentary that people are saying about her and that she has a certain tone. These people who have never met her are impacting her. Really. You do realize that when you put your business out here, everyone has the First Amendment to speak, right? I'm just a little confused because you say, right? You say that, you know, you got your radio show, which is on Radio 1. Shout out to the Amanda Seales Show. You have your podcast, Small Doses. You're on tour with the Unlikable Tour. You are on NBC with Bring the Funny. You got Smart, Funny, and Black, which has been running for a very long time. I'm just a little confused because there are content creators like Kempire, House of Aaron, DJ Richie Scott, Bingeworthy, Tea Talk with Your Girl, The Silva, Chit Chat with QT, Queen Sheba, Tay Ramon Panel, Lady B, Healthcare Workers. I don't know if Healthcare Workers is a content creator. Swamp Talk with Louisiana Chick, and many others that would like to have somebody believe enough in us to invest in a project. But you in the room, though, there are people that will never meet you that your words impacted them to. I'm just keeping it real with you. So she said that, you know, autism, people with autism are very, very aware that they are an alien. And so, you know, in school, you know, she really knew the answer, but to other people, it seemed like she was a lot. One of my good mentors and friends from Kinston University, he said, you have a lot of energy. You just got to figure out where to distribute it. I was calm enough to understand what he was saying. He wasn't saying I was a lot. He was saying you have a lot to give. You just have to figure out a way to give it. Sometimes hearing the word comes from hearing. How can you take in a word if you don't hear the word? Just asking a question. So she had 7 roommates in college. And so her name was thrown down on the ground, right? So she was the only child. So Amanda said that she was flat-chested and loud for a long time. And she was like, hey, you know what? I don't know what's going on, but for some odd reason, y'all do not like me at all. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, y'all do not like me. And so she said, let's get some tequila and let's talk. And so all of them just took tequila shots. I don't like you because you too loud. I don't like you because you light skin. I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you. Now, people do not have to have a legitimate reason not to like you, as sad as that is. And I feel you on that, Amanda, because guess what? The people who don't like you are usually envious of you because they don't have the capacity, capability, comprehension of brain cells to form a brain to do what you do. I will agree with you on that. But what do you do with that energy? Because at some point in time, you gotta stop giving your cross to other people for them to carry your emotionality. You do. At some point in time, it has to stop with you. Real talk. So Amanda then says their truth and mine is a lot of the same. And Amanda, when she does her stories, she rarely gives her feelings, right? That could be your perspective, but that doesn't mean that's the reality to other people. Because whenever we give a story, there's always emotionality in it. I don't give a damn who you are. With all the tours that we've done with I think we've probably done over 100 topics probably. I'm just guesstimating, right? Every story that I have given, to use your methodology, Amanda Seales, you said you give the facts and then opinion. Same thing that I do over here. I give my virtual travelers, my virtual tour family, and legendary tourists, in the words of legendary Alpha and C, I give them the facts about the destination we're at. Tell them the who, what, where, when, why, and how. And then I give my opinion on why this destination may be important to the culture, may not be important to the culture, or maybe we should know about it. But you don't talk about anything on your radio show, on your podcast, on Smart, Funny, or Black, or on any platform if you don't have any feelings for it. That's what you're not going to sit here and do. Okay? Now, Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan from Good Morning America. And let me just bring them up real quick because we got to be real. Be right back.
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh, wait, there is. Bring your friends. Good Morning America. GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
Those people have the right to report the stories and not have any emotions, right? Because that's the role that they utilize, because they understand heaviest that wears the crown. Heaviest that wears the crown. Heaviest that wears the crown. The reverb of the microphone is only as powerful as what you give to the mic. The reverb is only as powerful as what you give to the mic. The reverb is only as powerful as what you give to the mic, Amanda Seals. Now, I'm assuming on your radio show, right? Because your slogan is listen, laugh, and learn, right? You don't think in those pre-production meetings for your radio show that y'all ain't talking about the stories that y'all want to talk about? Every producer has feelings about the stories that they present to you before you get on there, correct? See, I'm breaking this down from a social point of view and a media point of view. Because like I said, I can't be a social commentator and then not be able to be real. You know what I mean? I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell y'all. So let's roll on. Like I said, we already went over the autism. So her mom looked up symptoms of autism. As you heard in that clip from the neighborhood talk, her mom was just like, let her live. She believes her dad is autistic. And Shannon said something very deep. He said, just because you're gifted does not mean that you're on the spectrum. That's a valid fact. That's a valid fact. And so, Amanda says this society is about performing. And so you miss social cues. That's true. I've missed social cues before. I have. But at the same token, though, I take responsibility for missing the social cue, though, Amanda. And let me just say this. Most of the comments, because here's the thing. I watched the whole thing. I watched it a little bit of last night, went to sleep because sleep is important to the soul. And then I did Virtual Tour Live this morning at 11 a.m. I had a great time there. And then I watched the rest of it, right? And so I don't like reading the comments of something that I'm reviewing, right? I don't like reading the comments of something that I'm reviewing. And so after I got done, I read the comments, and most of them really liked the interview, right? And I think they liked the interview because Amanda finally had her space, her voice, and her, and she had the yard rather to stomp on with what she had to say finally. But that doesn't mean that there are flaws in your voice and how you deliver it and what you're saying. So Shannon asked, is she single? Shannon, brother. Not everybody deserves to be asked that question. Now, I understand you were asking that question maybe, because you wanted to get into relationships a little bit later on the show, which you did swing back around to at the end. But still, like, come on, dude. And I'm not saying Amanda Seales is not dateable. But in order to be dateable, you have to know and love yourself first. In the words of Whitney Houston, the greatest love of all is to love yourself. if she loved herself enough, do you think she will come on your platform to tell about who she is when she say she knows who she is in the culture? Just asking questions. So, parent-teacher conferences, Amanda is standing up for others, correcting others. That's what's being said at these parent-teacher conferences. So, Amanda, so here's the thing. The teacher said, the teacher had complaints about Amanda. And her mom said, well, Amanda has some complaints about you too. And so Amanda has straight A's. She's helping students. And so Amanda, so there was a moment in Orlando, Florida, where there was a white woman and she was teaching about Aboriginal people. And Amanda corrected the teacher, right? And so, Shannon said, hey, listen, that's your experience. But from where I come from, a child does not correct a teacher. And so there was a moment where Amanda was like, oh, so what you saying? My experience is invalid? That was racism. Y'all, he literally took his cards and Amanda, this is his house. Just like small doses is your house. This is his house. You cannot tell that brother what he should think or not think. Down south, you can't do that. I don't know anywhere where a child can correct a teacher. Now, here's what I'm going to give some love, grace, and space. Some teachers deserve to be corrected. I had a teacher named Coach Roberts. He was an asshole, and I will say to Black Tiffany. So I was giving a student a sheet of paper and a pencil, just because my parents have always taught me, be kind to people. You never know what you can do. And so he got upset with me for being kind. And he said, are you his lawyer? And I said, I may not be his lawyer, but I know what's right. My mom and dad said to me, Brandon, that's your teacher. I'm like, I'm sorry, did y'all not tell me right is right and wrong is wrong? Did y'all tell me not to be kind? Did y'all tell me to carry myself with responsibility? Now, I love my mom and my dad. I actually just talked with my mom yesterday, caught up with her. Let me tell you something. My mom, she is the spiritual and the why of our family, and my dad is the logical and the how of our family. But don't get it twisted for one damn minute. My mom has logic too. You combine those two, you have a little sprinkle of Braylon Lee, you got Braylon. That's a powerful combination. But I got upset because I'm like, I know that you're not upset with me over giving a sheet of paper and a pencil. Now, I want to understand if I was acting a fool. Not acting a fool, acting a fool. But to do something kind, you had a whole problem. You know where he is right now? He passed away. Karma may not come to you right then, but karma loops right back around when it's time for your package to be delivered. And I send his family and friends well wishes because he was a human being. I'm not going to take that from him. But I do believe that in the school system, as bad as kids are, teachers are also bad. Y'all know we covered that story about that teacher who, they mentally whooped. Well, not mentally whooped, but they physically whooped a kid. They physically whooped a kid. That teacher allowed a student to be held down on the ground while another black student was whooping his behind. And it was a black teacher allowing it to happen. I'm not negating what Amanda Seals went through with that. I don't think Shannon was doing that. But you don't disrespect the interviewer like that. You don't. And for everybody saying Shannon Sharpe isn't a good interviewer, this, that, and the third, go do a damn YouTube channel. You get interviewees, and let's see how you interview. But shut your ass up talking. It's always the ones that say, "Oh, he can't do this, he can't do that." You ain't doing shit. That's a Pro Football Hall of Famer. He been on NFL Today. He was on Mad Dog Ray on Sirius XM. He was on Undisputed with Skip Bayless. And he is the owner and proprietor of Club Shay Shay, the YouTube channel with the most watched YouTube video of all time. Match that energy. Go do what the fuck he did, then come back to me. But since you can't, shut your fucking ass up talking. I'm sick of this shit. Sick of this fucking shit. We always want back black excellence, but because it doesn't come in the way we want, because it ain't us, we want to get pissed. But yet when nobody wants to be excellence, then we're asking where the excellence is. Really? Just asking questions. You say you weren't accepted into black spaces and you were accepted into a black space with that man. That was disrespectful. On the flip side, then again, do we need these capitalistic racist systems that were not built with us in mind to tell us how and who we are to be? Disagree. Hang on, child. Hang on. So I want to make sure that I'm pronouncing that word right. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Because over here, I want to make sure I respect everybody's words. D-S-A-G-G. Disaggregated data. Thank you so much, Google. Disaggregated data. You know what? I agree. I think that school is good and bad. I think school is good for structure. I think school is good for discipline. I think school is good for social skills. I don't think school is good for creativity. I don't think school is good for the tolerated diversity. And I really don't think school is good for the people that want to do more in life. Because in school, it's A, B, C, D, F, right? There's below basic, average, and advanced on standardized testing, right? So you're always having a standard to some degree, right? So that's how I feel about that. Big facts. Excuse me, y'all. Angry emojis. That story had me upset. Absolutely. As someone who support Amanda early on, I have long gone untreated mental health diagnosis, but not a possible this new or so I gotta check out her like a yay. You mean like Kanye? Well, I mean, listen, at the beginning, middle, end of the day, I think, excuse me. There's nothing wrong. Oh, Jesus, sorry, y'all. There's nothing wrong with having your opinion on things. There's nothing wrong with having a disability. And there's really nothing wrong with a struggle. But I think where people are upset with Amanda is you talk about the struggle, but you don't embrace your own struggle. I think that's where the disconnect is. The issue with school is that it was not modernized in a productive way. Plus, aside of racism, we still have the one room school mile 100 years later. That part. I have learned going to Kent State University that for me, I love a conversational classroom. I love PowerPoints. I love video. I love audio because it's engaging. How many times your ass gonna do a damn PowerPoint? I remember when I was a part of Upward Bound summer program at Kent State University. And I said, because, all the mentors had to do a session. And I said, you're going to have to tell your professors your learning style because they think a PowerPoint is creativity. And I said, you know what? And Patty Robinson, who I love so much, she said, you know what, Bray, maybe you should go back to school and get your master's degree. I'm like, you know what? There's so many people with bachelor's degrees that could be professors right damn now. I didn't say right damn now because I was in front of children, but y'all get my point. The reason why there's such a brokenness in terms of teachers is because they're allowing the brokenness. There are plenty of people who have bachelor degrees. There are plenty of people who have associate degrees right now. That could be teaching. But y'all always are moving the goalposts. Just because you have a master's, doctorate, or PhD don't mean you got soul. Damn. Are we really doing this shit? And that is not to disrespect anybody who got a master, doctorate, or PhD. But do not forget that before that sheet of paper came through, you were trying to figure out who the hell you were. Because when you came out the womb, your family and friends and everybody that grew up with you loved you for you, not for a fucking damn sheet of paper. Your education is something that you have to pay for. Your gift was already paid for. Your education is something that was paid for. Your education is something that you have to pay for. Your gift was already paid for. Your education is something that you have to pay for. Your gift was already paid for. And my mom said, well, Braylon, you went for a bachelor's degree. I'm like, Mom, that's not the same, because I'm not allowing a sheet of paper to define me. Okay? And I love my mom very, very much. Like I said, when I tell y'all, my family is the fiber of my being. I really mean that. And we don't always agree. I was telling my mom literally yesterday, here's me. This is the side of the coin. Fiery, hot, says it like it's my mom, loving, kind, and gracious. It's the same coin, right? But I'm not on my mama's side of the coin yet. I'm trying to get there, but ignorance keeps flipping me back to my side of the coin. And you know what she said to me? Braylon, you're not supposed to be me. Some of y'all parents, the reason why your kids don't like you is because you don't allow them to be them. But yet they allow you to be. Ain't that something? Oh, Lord Jesus. When a 29-year-old got more grown sense than grown people on YouTube. Ain't that about an itch? Oh, my Lord Jesus. Those of you who are just getting in, welcome in. We're talking about the Shannon Sharpe, Amanda Seales interview that happened yesterday. And let me just say this too. Just because I said that don't mean there's not articulate grown people on YouTube or social media. And y'all got to quit with that shit. Don't pick up a bullet that ain't for you. If you doing what you're supposed to do, if you ain't causing chaos and you being responsible, this message ain't for you. Just like there are young people with intelligence on YouTube. I just talked about today 3 black young ladies that are the youngest CEOs in Maryland. Oh, my Lord Jesus. The battles y'all want to get into. Meanwhile, the wars that you're avoiding. Did I say that? Did I say that? Did I say that shit? The battles y'all want to get into, but the wars that y'all want to avoid. The battles y'all get into, but the wars that y'all want to fucking avoid. Let's roll on. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Jesus, be a fence all around me every day. I ask for your protection as I travel along the way. I know you can. Yes, Lord. I know you will. Yes, Lord. Fight my battles if I just be still. Lord, be a fence all around me every day. The battles y'all want to get into, but the wars that y'all fucking avoid. Battles are only temporary. Wars are permanent. Let's roll on. Oh, child. I just had to get that out because I'm just like, what the hell? Because you know what? Some of y'all, and I love my friend Marvin the Martian. But you know what? You know what y'all are doing? Hey, shout out to G Squad. Got 32 people watching. Shout out to G Squad. Proud of her. I think that's her first 32. Awesome sauce. Very proud of her. Hang on. You know what? I know exactly what to do. Because I'm going to break this down. Y'all know I use cartoons all the time. All the time. as metaphors. So let me get this up for y'all. Because sometimes, hey, Samantha, hey, gorgeous, good to see you. Good to see you. Y'all support Samantha. She is a content creator as well. Let me tell you something. Every time I see that profile picture in T-Talk chat, I'm like, this chocolate drop here from heaven. Jesus be offense. I need to stop. I need to stop. I need to stop. It is nothing but love. But listen, I'm going to present these two clips. And I'm going to break down all of this for y'all, okay? Listen. What did I say wrong? I just appreciate a black woman. So here it is here. So to all of the haters, the spectators, and the agitators, this is what y'all are doing.
Oh, that wasn't a bit nice. You have made me very angry. Very angry indeed.
Now, I'm going to break this down. This is y'all, the haters, the spectators, and the agitators. Here are your followers. No follower is ever their own leader. And you saw how Bugs was shifting his eyes back and forth? Look at this.
Very angry indeed.
Shifting his eyes to be like, I know you ain't presenting me with this bullshit. Okay? That's what y'all are doing. But do you realize why you always end up in your own shit? Oh, and cartoons give you lessons, honey. Let's watch this.
No, it's duck hunting season. That, sir, is an investigated fabrication. It's rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. I say it's duck season, and I say fire.
Keep watching, because when I break this down, oh, y'all are mentally gonna be screwed.
I'll start it this time. Right. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Fire. Okay. This time you start it. What
Yeah,
did you say?
You start, Bugs.
Rabbit. Duck. Fire.
Do you know why some of y'all end up in your own bullshit?
No.
Because Bugs Bunny said it was duck season. Daffy Duck said that is an unmitigatable fabrication. It's rabbit season. It went from duck season, rabbit season. Then, because Bugs knew that Daffy was thirsty, he turned it on himself. So guess what that did? That shifted the moves on the chessboard. Duck season. Daffy kept saying duck season. And he said duck season, fire. He got the smoke. Let's try that again. Duck season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Rabbit season. Duck season, fire. Let's try that again. Rabbit, duck, fire. The reason why some of you haters, you agitators, and you waste of existence keep ending up in the shit that you in is because you keep asking for it. And guess what? When somebody fires off what you asked for, what are we supposed to do? If you don't want the smoke, mind your own fucking damn business. When cartoons give you fucking lessons. What? And like I said, this ain't true about you. This bullet ain't for you. Let's roll on. I told y'all I was going to give y'all a full review. So anyway. But yeah, that moment of telling Shannon what he should think of his own interview, I'm like, I know you ain't looking lying. So we get into acting. 1993, child acting is something that is not something that she's always wanted to do. So in 1989, there was an audition for the Sparkling Christmas Spectacular at Disney. She was the only black girl, 12 of them. And so the N-word was said to Amanda. And so she was saying, you know, are you getting bullied? You know, is it bullying or is it racism? Because once again, he was trying to downplay the fact, right? He was trying to downplay the fact of she was trying to downplay the fact of his point of view, right? Because what she was trying to say is you don't believe in racism, which was not true. He's asking questions. You're the interviewee, he's the interviewer. Okay. So then she says, do you have a problem with kids cursing Ruby Bridges and the Little Rock Nine? And I'm just like, Shannon is not saying any of this shit. He's not. I'm just like, you are trying to bait him in a moment. And it ain't cool. And Shannon says something very true. Kids repeat what they hear. They don't know it's wrong. That is true because guess what? From the head, if you want to cut off a snake, you got to cut from the head. Parents give the guides, or supposed to give the guides to their kids. Kids are not born racist. They're not. So what Shannon said was not wrong. Just because he said that does not mean he was negating your experience, Amanda Seals. So if a kid who does know is wrong, does that invalidate my experience? No, it does not, Amanda. Jesus Christ. Why did you come on if you were going to have these problems? So then she met Melissa Simone. And their family was not rich. So Disney got pushed aside. Exactly. She wanted him to agree with her, but that's not the case, though. That's not the case. And that was very disrespectful because you wouldn't do that to Robin Roberts or Good Morning America. As I talked to a friend last night at the Oscar Lab, he said, you know what, Brain, she might actually do that. Like I said, I'm trying to be loving, kind, and gracious to you here. But in the words of Karen Huger from Real Housewives of Potomac, I'm only judging what you're giving me. That's it. That's all kaput. So, Melissa Maslony was not rich. Disney pushed that family out the way. So that's where she got headshots, resume, and agents. And her first big job was Cop and a Half, and she played Kate. So there was a 5th grade trip for a river walk, and there was an audition, and her mom said, you know, listen, we got to go to this audition. But her mom wasn't a momager. So it was the fact that she was the parent she ruled in the household. But she had a normal life. So she was in a show called My Brother that filmed at Nickelodeon Studios. So let me see if I can pull up Nickelodeon Studios. All right, here we go, y'all. Okay, here we go. All right, let me get this presented in case y'all do not know what Nickelodeon Studios is. Here it is here. Here we go.
It was produced before a live audience in Nickelodeon Studios at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida.
So for those of you who do not know, Nickelodeon Studios was a part of the original version of Universal Orlando Resort, Universal Studios Florida. This is where Nickelodeon said, hey, we want to do live content. And so what better way than to put a studio in the middle of a theme park where kids and families who are already on vacation could go watch live production. It makes sense, right? So you had Double Dare, you had Think Fast, you had What Would You Do, you had Slime Time Live, you had Nickelodeon Splat, you had Legends of the Hidden Temple. These are all different game shows. All that was filmed there, right? So that's where Amanda Seales did My Brother and Me, okay? So that's Nickelodeon Seales, just to give y'all some context. And hey, the legendary Alf MC, good to see you, Queen. She's the one that called us tourists, y'all. So when I say the legendary tours in terms of the legendary Alf MC, that's the legendary Alf MC. Now, if y'all come for her, y'all coming for me. Understand? I protect my squad over here. And we don't miss for shit. Okay? If I was a kid, I would probably beat her up, to be honest. She always looked like a smart ass. I'm not doing this with you, Lady B. I'm not doing this with you. I am not doing this with you. I am certainly not doing this with you. Oh, my Lord Jesus. I know. I'm not doing it with you. I'm not doing it with you. So, after all that, right? After all that. And listen, this is a very open and fair thing. I am giving as much context. No, you're right. Listen, just because you wasn't a problem to you doesn't mean you weren't a problem to other people. Okay, that's real talk. So with that being said, Nickelodeon wrote her in for 10 episodes. It was supposed to be only 2 or 3. So she was basically like a female Steve Urkel. And I say female Steve Urkel because Jaleel White was only supposed to be written for 2 or 3 episodes, but then it just took off. So Amanda was a gymnast, and she wanted to work out with the level 8s. And so that's when she had to go to the audition. So it was on the same sound stage as all that, and it was just in passing. So while other kids had to fly in for Gullah Gullah for My Brother and Me, right? She was literally 5 minutes away from Nickelodeon Studios. So the creators of the show were all about it being black. And so, you know, Nickelodeon wanted to black it up, coon it up. And so the creators weren't going for that. So there was a parent-teacher conference with all the parents of the show. And Amanda's mom went in for just a brief moment and came out. Amanda was like, why was it so brief? Because they said you do great. So Amanda never wanted her own show. She never wanted her own show as a kid. Now, I could understand it, right? Because if your mom wasn't a momager and she just picked you up, took you to school, took you to your place, she was just being a mom. And this was a part of your life, right? So I can get that. But I also happen to think, like, what kid wouldn't want their own show on Nickelodeon during that time? That was the Kids Network. The Kids Network. Like, I remember when Rosie O'Donnell hosted the Kids' Choice Awards for years. I think it was the 2000 show. No, it was the 2001 show, Space Station Slime. And I will never forget, because this was when Nickelodeon Studios were still open. I think it was NSYNC was on the set of Slime Time Live. And so from Space Station Slime in LA, they hit this button, and that button sent a signal to Slime NSYNC Live on Nickelodeon. That's how deep my childhood goes, okay? So Amanda was a scholar of race. So consider versus being combative. So Amanda says they love to undermine black minds. That is true. But not everybody likes to undermine black minds. And so affirmative action wasn't to lower the standard, it was to expand the opportunity. And so when I said the consider versus being combative, Amanda says, you know, if you can just consider my perspective instead of thinking I'm being combative. And Shannon is asking, if I see it a different way, don't call me combative. I'm just giving my point of view. And then Amanda thinks it's combative if you're trying to undermine something. What was he trying to undermine? Good, you were drinking water. You wasn't drinking no cognac. No cognac. You were drinking water. Y'all, she was pouring it. Okay, this is an empty bottle. She was pouring the water like it was alcohol. Really? Oh, Shannon, you are a saint, brother. So once again, you already have told this man that what he said about your experience, he was defending racism, which he wasn't. Oh, Lord. She was drinking water the whole interview because she doesn't drink. So you already got upset with him for him having his perspective on your teacher situation. Now you're asking him to consider your perspective and don't consider being combative. And then when he asked you if you were clinically diagnosed, you were drinking water. Water. You were drinking water. You know what? I'm going to show y'all something positive. Hang on. Because I'm just like, I can't do this. I mean, I cannot do this. Let me tell you something, Amanda. The water you drinking was just water, and you were on that energy. Niagara Falls is more peaceful than Amanda Seals. It has been here for years, and they've kept it maintained because they understand the energy. By the way, shout out to Jackie Karofsky. Niagara Falls is more peaceful than Amanda Seals. You see all those people with the hoodies, but they still put on the hoodies because they want to see the magnificence of it. There are people ziplining into greatness because they want to see it up close. Meanwhile, your existence, nobody wants to see up close. Okay. Alpha MC says, I think Amanda Seals is a very polarizing, passionate person. I also think she's always on edge to prove to whoever she is talking to. I agree with that. Because while you should got clinically diagnosed for autism, you should got clinical diagnosis on just your existence. Because Lord Jesus, everybody mental health diagnosis need to be checked. And that goes for me too. But good damn, some of y'all that have a mental health diagnosis, some of y'all don't need to be on social media. You don't. And I'm just going to say this now. If your family is rejecting you, and your friends are rejecting you, and people in the industry are rejecting you, and people online on social media are rejecting you, and opportunities are rejecting you, maybe it's not your circumstances that don't like you. Maybe it's the fact that you're the problem. I'm going to say that again. If your family, if your friends, if strangers, if fans, if opportunities, this, that, the third, whatever the fuck, is not liking you, maybe, just maybe it's not your circumstances and all those things being the problem. Maybe it's you being the fucking problem. Like I said, he or she who has that sick has the first stone, but good damn. Give me something to root for. Good Jesus. Father God, in the mighty name of all that's heaven, give me something to work with. Angela A., thank you so much, Queen. Much love to you. Thank you for the super sticker, the $10 super sticker. Thank you so much. $9.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. Much love. And like I said, we got to get past the fact that just because we're saying what we're saying doesn't mean we don't want somebody to be well. Because at this point, Shannon Sharpe, and I'm not blaming Shannon Sharpe either, but Amanda, you went on Club Shay Shay. You can't expect, now, how can you expect Club Shay Shay, the YouTube channel that got the most watched YouTube video, to put out an interview with you and no one talks about it? Where do they do that at? I'm just curious. I mean, is it just me? Did she not expect it to make some numbers? I'm just asking a question. I mean, honestly, it's almost like that Bugs Bunny clip. You beast, you calf, you riverboat masher. Motherfucker, you riverboat masher. You mash it in every river to get some fucking attention. You beast, you calf, you riverboat masher. You beast, you calf, you hashtag riverboat masher. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And for those of you who are saying, Braylon, you are saying random-ish. No, that's actually a cartoon. Cartoons are very steeped in culture. And that clip was steeped in some 1950s flower of the South, old honey child, slavery. You do know Yosemite Sam was a part of the Confederacy, right? Know your history. Just saying. Bugs Bunny wasn't blackface. Oh my God. And you know what else? Y'all? I just gotta say this. Because I feel like every time I drink my water, mind my black-owned business, and go on tour, and I get factual information, this is what I feel that people are saying to me. When once again, I am minding my own black-owned business. I drink my water, mind my black-owned business, and go on tour. This is how y'all look, sound, and move when y'all come for me or come for anybody. Drink their water, minding their black-owned business, doing what they're supposed to.
I don't know how you done it, but I know you done it.
One more time.
I don't know how you done it, but I know you done it.
One more time.
I don't know how you done it, but I know you done it.
Well, with that being said, you know, I don't know how you done it, but I know you done it.
All right, Muggsy, let me have.
Here it is. Here, this is the cartoon. Because when y'all say I don't know how you done it, but I know you done it. I'm trying to find the clip though. So this one, hang on. Oh, here it is here. So when y'all say, once again, when y'all say this, right? When y'all say this, let me go back because there's a huge lesson to what I'm saying here. Hang on. When y'all say this right here.
I don't know how you done it, but I know you done it.
When you say that, here's what's actually happening. Okay. Now you see there's something happening here, right? Falls down to the ground. I don't know how just done it, but I know just done it. Right? Now, Whose hand is that right there? That's Bugs Bunny's hand. So while you saying, I don't know how just done it, but I know just done it, meanwhile, it's somebody else that's doing that bullshit, and you point out your anger on other people because you don't want to take responsibility for the shit that you do. Shocking how cartoons can provide lessons for life, ain't it? You say, I don't know how just done it, but I know just done it without any factual information that they've actually done it. Meanwhile, there's somebody in your life being a Bugs Bunny trying to take you down, and you ain't paying attention to them because you want to pay attention to somebody else because you want to punch him back. But yet you don't want to handle your own punching backs in your own life. Let's roll on. Jesus. Okay. What? I don't know who's just done it, but I know who's done it with no factual information. You beast, you calf, hashtag you riverboat masher. So if y'all don't want to say House of Emptiness, or if y'all don't want to say 304, just say that in an argument with next time with one of your girlfriends that doing the most. You know what? You a beast, you a calf, you a riverboat masher. They will be soaking. Riverboat masher? What the hell? Do you know what riverboat masher is? No, I don't know what riverboat masher is. So anyway, so then Shannon said your mom is white. Y'all saw the thumbnail, right? Y'all saw the thumbnail, right? My mom is not white. Now, hang on. Now, I'm going to download the thumbnail, okay? I'm going to download the thumbnail. Because, you know, when I do a thumbnail, I always try to find the funny in it, if there is any funny, okay? So I try my very best. And y'all saw the thumbnail, but let me download it here. Let me. Oh my Lord! And listen, I know this live is gonna piss some people off because they're like, "Why is he saying I don't know you done it, but I know you done it," and saying I'm not responsible for anything in my life? If it ain't for you, shut your fucking ass up talking. See, sometimes y'all pick up bullets that ain't for y'all, and then y'all are complaining about being at the hospital when it wasn't even for you. Stop picking up medical bills that you shouldn't have to pay for. Stop it. Jesus be offense. I can't do it mentally. I just can't do it mentally. I can't do it. So let me get this up. Okay. So this moment right here. Oh, Jesus. I'm trying to hold it together here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying. I am. I'm trying. So this is the moment Shannon knew that he fucked up. So I think Shannon Sharpe learned that taking small doses is necessary for the stability of the soul. Now, some of y'all gonna look at me and be like, Brain, you know what? You petty. You are too damn petty. You are too damn petty. You know what I mean? And so here's how I feel about it, right? I'm just going to be real with you. I cannot help that my mind is gifted. Because if you read the thumbnail, you will find the funny in this. So I think Shannon Sharpe learned that taking small doses is necessary for the stability of the soul. Where have y'all heard small doses before? Amanda Sills podcast, small doses. I don't make this shit up. I don't. And for you being such a scholar of African American studies with concentration hip hop, if you say you this great, why would you name a podcast Small Doses if all you can take in is small doses of information? You this big, so your name should have a big name. to complement the bigness of who you are, correct? Don't blame me. Don't blame me for shading you with that. And to show everybody I'm not shading. Just to show I'm not joking with y'all. Just to show y'all, because some people are gonna be like, "Oh my God, Braylon's making fun of Amanda Seales." I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? What does that say? What does that say? That says small doses. What do you want me to do? So what? You want me to do some of this thumbnail? So I think Shannon Sharpe learned that taking small doses is necessary for the stability of the soul. You saying you this big personality, you saying you this listen, you saying you this, that, and the third all around the world, and that you taking all the, how can I put it? You say you a 10-gallon person, but yet you only taking pint size capacity, but yet you have a pint size capacity for information. Therefore, you named your podcast Small Doses. I don't make this shit up. I just talk about it. Okay. Do y'all follow with what I'm saying? Like, I'm not dragging. I'm really not. I'm just using factual information. Publicly known information out here. And just making content. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Being smart, funny, and black is not in small doses. Being smart is in big doses. Being funny is in big doses. Being black is in big doses, not small doses. But okay. But okay. Let's roll on. So Shannon said, your mom is white. Amanda was pissed that, her blackness is denied. Her mom is a black mom from Grenada. And Shannon said, your mom was married to a white man. And Amanda said, no, my aunt was married to a white man. And my dad's from Roxbury, Boston. So basically, that was miscommunication on Shannon's part. He took responsibility for that. So then he said, you retreated from the spotlight with brother and me. And she said, I didn't really retreat. Well, Amanda, most people are going to assume that if you're not on TV that you're retreating. So he wasn't trying to shade you. He was legitimately saying a fact. You did retreat. You were on TV, then you were on TV. So, Shannon said that going to school, that had to be a big deal. And Amanda said it was a big deal, but I didn't make it a big deal. Now, I get that. Right? That, you say you had a normal childhood. This was just a part of your existence, right? So 8th grade, she does gymnastics. In gymnastics, they expect you to be on time. They expect you to be on, they expect you to be on time, self-motivated, and more. So in gymnastics and in sports, they want you to be your best they want you to be at your best when they're not looking. And it takes time to learn grace. And so there's another moment where Amanda says, it takes time to learn grace with what I say, go. Oh, I know what it was. It was Amanda saying that, there are some people that, think what I say goes, what you keep accusing me of. Amanda, he didn't accuse you of what you say goes. He is probing you to gain context, clarity, and understanding. Because as an interviewer, it is our job to help you be able to get out, to craft, to distribute out what you're trying to say. He did not say one time that what you say goes. He did not say that. Not one time in the interview. He did not say that. I watched the full 3 hours, 10 minutes, and 9 seconds of it, Amanda. He did not accuse you. So Shannon talked about individualism, but standing out. And then Amanda says it's individualism of self, of being selfish. And Amanda says you gotta have discipline if you go against the grain. And the words of Papa Pope from Scandal, you have to be 10 steps perfect, better than everybody else. I agree with that. My dad said you gotta work twice as hard. That is very, very true. If you are a black person in media, God help your soul. Because the way you got there is, child, God bless you. But also, too, the fall is just as heavy as the rise. You know what? So what you're saying is she needs to go on the balance beam and get her balance back for her self-existence and her mental health. That's what you're trying to say. I'm not doing this with you. I am not. Nope. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing it with you here, there, or anywhere, Braylon Lee. I'm not doing it with you. So, anyway, balance beam is a part of gymnastics, ladies and gentlemen. I was not trying to shade. That was actual, once again, factual information. Balance beam. So, anyway, Lord help me. So, Shan says you could be good at any game if you understand the rules. That's very true. So, we talk about college now. She was always a New Yorker, and cultural differences was accepted because in hip hop, she related to that in the way that they spit and talk is in the way that she exists. So she went to Juilliard, she went to Sonny Purchase, and she went to NYU. She got called back from Juilliard. It was her dream to go to Purchase. So in her new book, Body Waving Through the Bullshit. By the way, Amanda, you get more flies with honey than vinegar, right? Like, I mean, I get the self-empowerment and stuff, but like, when you're saying body waving through the bullshit, that can come off as an already made up attitude, and you get more flies with honey than vinegar. You in the game, though. You in the game. You are in the game. I've been watching a lot of tape. You know how football players watch tape back? I've been watching a lot of tape. I've been reading all the blueprints. Mm-hmm. Yep. I've taken notes of all the title card records in the game. I've been ready to I've been ready to go on the field. I just haven't been drafted yet. Hashtag yet, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, let's roll on. So the culmination of the work that she was doing led to Purchase, but she didn't know when she got it. She was like, I don't know about this. So she said high school was more advanced. They were doing 5 shows a year. So she hit her growth spurt the summer before Purchase. So the first night out on the mall, ciphers would start. And she got kicked out of the conservatory. The person that tried to sacrifice her to avoid getting cut was saying that she was listening to music on her headphones. Now, it was in a class of 20. So basically what she was saying that every year, the conservatory has to cut students in order to keep a retention graduation rate. So the teacher was like, I cannot believe this black dacity, this black poxy, the black imagination that you have to listen to music on thy headphones. You are here to get an education. For you black people, it's education. How dare you sit up in my classroom in New York City, and disrespect my existence, my hard work, my everything, to listen to music in your headphones. I'm sorry. That really came out of nowhere, did it? I don't know if professors really talk like that, but she kind of said it like that. So I'm reflecting the interview, damn it. You did watch it, I did, okay? So listen. And by the way, it was 6 o'clock. You saw the thumbnail, damn it, you know why you here. So listen. It's 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. Glad to have all you here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Lord help. So anyway, Amanda had no runs in with this teacher, and she got kicked out. Even the person that tried to throw her under the bus wrote a letter. So it was going to be an expulsion, but then she got suspended for a year. So she had to do the basics and then come back after that, right? So she did her basics, then the next year she came back. So she dropped out of school because she wasn't going to deal with somebody that threw her under the bus. Now, I understand that. You know what I mean? That's your decision. That's your right. So the mom was livid. So she had 32 credits from acting. And one of her mentors said, you can't stop. You got to keep going. You're almost there. In so many words. I'm paraphrasing. And so she could create her own major. Now, she wanted to do social sciences in the School of Theater and Film, right? So that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to study black history with, hip hop, right? So Amanda has some strong tissue down below. Okay, she got some strong tissue down below. Because she told the director, the person that kicked her out of the conservatory, you ruined my life and I need you to sign this. Excuse me? You did what? Did you, as a student, like 21 or so, right? I think you were in your 20s. Either way, you went to the person in charge and said, you ruined my life. I'm going to need you to sign this. And that came out of your mouth. But you were never a problem child. Everybody loved you growing up. You never casted any stones. So you were just perfect. You weren't imperfect. Okay. I was just like, what? What? And what? And what again? I'm just like, okay. This is what we're doing. And so the person signed the paper. She graduated on time and was the commencement speaker. You can watch the speech on YouTube. And the thing was, when she said I was a commencement speaker, she did that. And most of communication, 90% of it is nonverbal, right? So when she did this, it was kind of like a screw you to everybody else. I'm just like, girl, okay, you were the commencement speaker. I was also almost a commencement speaker at Parkview Arts and Science Magnet High School. I didn't get it, but I was grateful enough that somebody believed enough in me to stand at Alltel Arena. Now it's the Simmons Bank Arena, but no real Arkansas calls it that. It's called the Alltel Arena because Alltel was a wireless company that was founded in Little Rock, Arkansas. So Simmons Bank Arena, okay for everybody else, but for real Arkansas, it's the Alltel Arena. I'm just keeping it real. I'm not disrespecting Simmons Bank. Simmons Bank been down there for a very long time. Before Simmons' first tower was called Metropolitan Tower. Good day. I get sick of people who just think because they hear they can just forget history. You don't get to do that shit. So anyway, master's degree in African American study and concentration in hip hop. So she wanted to, and thank y'all for all the likes. Thank you. And like I said, I am being as open and candid and transparent as I am with y'all because I still know that Amanda Seales is a person, but also too, this is a public conversation that is on YouTube. So listen, I'm just being real. So with all that being said, she wanted to be a part of the liberation for art, and for art to thrive and to grow, it has to be protected. So she was working at Sirius XM. And so for her thesis, or for all her papers, 1/3 of the papers had an interview with somebody in hip hop. And for her cultural thesis, it was how a hip hop album was a continuation of Black culture. And so, she talked about how she interviewed Nas, right? And so, Shannon Sharpe and Amanda Seales talked about hip hop beefs, and Amanda Seales said if it elevates the platform in terms of the beefs, but she just wants us to stay on the wax. She wants us to stay on the record. Now, I will agree with that, because here's the thing. How can I respect your genre if you don't respect your genre? How do you want me to respect your genre if you don't respect your drama yourself? How do you want me, an individual, to respect your genre when you don't even respect your own genre? I got it. So then we get to Flowetry. So Flowetry was a group with Natasha Ambrose, Natalie, and Natalie was leaving. So Amanda Seales replaced Natalie. They did not tell the fans that Natalie would not be returning. So the first time that they did a show in New York, it was a great time. Fans felt duped that this was not the group that they knew. And Marsha Ambrosius never made it easier. By the way, shout out to Marsha Ambrosius, though. She is a beautifully gifted singer, and she said she likes to fight in the bedroom. She was on lip service. I'm like, listen, Marsha, that afro and those hips, listen, those are not the only things that can be pulled, that can be tamed, and that can be tackled down, okay? But that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. But anyway, so I say too much on live. But anyway, so Amanda thinks that Flowetry and the team of Flowetry wanted her to quit. Marsha told Amanda what to do before every show, and they never done before. So Marsha never introduced Amanda. There was no press. So someone told her that her song was going to be cut. I think it was a music director. So they were in the car, Marsha and Amanda. And somebody texted Amanda, listen to Wendy Williams. So y'all know Wendy Williams was hot on the block at 107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B. Yes, indeed. So, and before that, she was on, I know she was on WBLS. I think she was on Hot 97. Let me make sure, child. I could be wrong, but I think she was on Hot 97. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I hope you guys are enjoying the review. So she was, she was fired from Hot 97. So she worked at Hot 97 and WBLS. That's why, okay. Just gotta make sure you get your facts straight. I just want to make sure of that. So anyway, back on Wendy Williams. So Wendy Williams and Marsha are talking. And so Marsha says, this is not Flowetry. Whatever you hear is not true. So when you go out, you're not really supporting the real Flowetry. Like, that's what Amanda was saying. Because I think Marsha Ambrosius is British. So her feeling some type of way is just her being hurt. And Amanda's manager sent Amanda out on the road with no contract. Now, Amanda, hey, Lynette Silla, welcome and good to see you. Now, Amanda, that was up to you to communicate to your manager. Without a contract, without payment, we don't go. Because what talent is going to have a manager do that? I'm sorry. I'm just asking legitimate questions. You know what? Y'all give me a moment. Because I know the exact thumbnail I'm looking for. Because you know what? When I download this, y'all gonna be like, you know what, Braylon, you do too damn much. Because I know the exact thumbnail I'm looking for. That's the Monique one. So I gotta go down a little bit further. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Wait a minute. So this thumbnail, I am going to showcase to y'all, and this is what I got to say to Amanda Seals, to anyone and everyone in between. Give me one moment. I genuinely love our show. I really, really do. I genuinely love our show. Y'all ready? Here it is. This is basically what Amanda Seals is doing. Why y'all coming for me? Now listen, you asked me questions, I gave you answers. Hashtag you turned the cameras off. When your thumbnails can come back as comedy, when it can come back as factual receipts, and when it can come back as a woosah in the valley. So Katt Williams here is Amanda Seals. And Shannon's like, why are you doing all this? And Amanda is saying, now listen, you asked me questions, I gave you answers. Hashtag you turned the cameras on. And so Amanda, to relay that back to us about how we're receiving it, this is you. This is Amanda Seals. This is us. Now, Amanda is like, why are y'all doing this to me? I'm sorry, hang on. This is Amanda Seals, and this is us. This is Amanda Seals. This is us. Amanda Seals, why are y'all doing this to me? This is us. Now, you answered questions, and you gave the answers. You went on camera. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. Okay. Let's go back to this thing. I don't make this shit up. I just talk about it. I don't know what y'all want me to do. And don't worry, I will drop the link so y'all come up because I know y'all got a lot to say. I got a lot to hear. Trust me. Oh, my Lord Jesus. So anyway, but that was up to you, though, to let your manager know that without a contract, without payment, we ain't going. Because I don't know what Hollywood talent would ever want that to happen. So anyway, misunderstood and not protect are two things in this interview that Amanda wants Shannon to keep in mind. So the drummer that didn't get along with Amanda didn't get along with the drummer because they both had two big personalities, allegedly. So you cannot let them win. Because if you let them win, you will look back on and be pissed off at yourself. And so Amanda said she was always doing the emotional labor for everybody else. Really? Here is you, Amanda, with all your emotional labor. And then here is us trying to understand it. What the actual hell is going on here? I just need to know. Child. I can't do it. I just can't do it. All right, Joe, let's go back to this thumbnail. Listen, I'm going to go back and forth between those two thumbnails a lot, so just get used to it, okay? She thought she could handle the feedback, but now she's going to cry in the car. That part. That part. That part. Because, once again, Amanda, now, I didn't make this up. They didn't make it up. My audience didn't make it up. You said this on live. Roll it.
They cut out at the end, he was asking, no, I have not been clinically diagnosed by a doctor because I'm not paying $10,000 to do that. And
you said that on Instagram Live. Okay. All this is factual information. That's public information. I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what you want me to do. So anyway. So Shannon then says and asks, rather, how many people do you feel protect you and understand you now? And she said an incredible amount. And in her youth, it was her mom, Dr. Phillips, or the teachers for Phillips, and gymnast coach. And Shannon was really observant. He said, anybody else in your life, you don't talk about glowing. But when it comes to those people, you beam with excitement. And I think that is indicative of all of us. There are people that we beam up for. There are people that we beam down for, right? So what people saw as flaws in Amanda, other people saw strengths. Your tone, detail-oriented to demanding. She learned all that in therapy. She lost a job, allegedly, by answering yes or no questions. And so basically, Shan was like, how could you lose a job by answering yes or no questions? And so Amanda was like, I don't know, you tell me, right? So basically what ended up happening was Shan said, so wait a minute, you mean tell me that they want you to say yes just to be happy for the opportunity? And she was coon dancing. I'm like, and they do it to us all the time. If somebody lets you go because of yes or no question, that's more on them than you. I'm sorry. You're not going to fire me because I answered a yes or no question that you asked me. I'm sorry. So Amanda says you have to do a reinvention of self that is not comfortable. And then Shannon says, do you believe that people wear Halloween costumes all year versus that one day? And she said she does not want to be in that. So Shannon was a little confused because I'm like, are you saying that everyone is wearing a mask all the time instead of just letting go of the mask? I think that's where you were trying to go. And so, Amanda brings up psychics. And, Shannon said he believed God, but he don't believe in psychics. And then Amanda, I will give you this credit because I thought this was a very good argument. She said, I quote, how can you not believe in psychics, but you believe in God? Because there are pastors and prophets and emissaries that they access God through their resources, just like psychics access their spirits through their resources. I thought that was a very valid argument, man. I was like, well done with that. See, here's the thing, too. I can give credit where credit is due and still talk about you. Not everybody can, but I can. I thought that was a very valid argument. A very valid argument. So, your first job was a radio host. They were about to get into that, but Amanda went back to the Flow Tree store. She said, I had a conversation with Marsha before the show, and she did not try to step on everybody's toes. Then Amanda said, everyone needs a star. And then the understanding the rules, logic comes up again. And then Amanda had another moment with Shav. Like, it wasn't about the game. And that, I can use the game as a metaphor. It's like, he's speaking with you to be like, okay, listen, there are some things you know, some things you don't know. The more you know, the more you can do. That's all he was trying to do. He was trying to actually give you some really good advice. Because for you being 20 years in the game, you don't know the game that well, Amanda. Once again, here's Amanda. I know the game. No, you don't. I know the game. No, you don't. Let's go back to our original thumbnail, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So, as we roll on, there was supposed to be Flowetry and Mix. A Facebook was made, but Marsha never accepted the friend request. So, there was an event years later that Marsha and Broges came up to hug Amanda Seales. And Amanda said, no, I'm good with that. Now, I understand if somebody did you wrong, you don't want to hug them. But years later, though, like, y'all are not in Flowetry anymore. She's a new individual. You're a new individual. Like, I think what Shan was trying to say is that if you want peace, you have to come in peace. And I agree with him. Like, come on now. And, Shan asked, have you ever heard people, with people that you didn't get along with? And she said, of course I did, when I had less self-esteem. So then they're about to get into radio. So Amanda was a spoken word poet, did Def Comedy Jam or Def Comedy or a Def Poetry something. And so she was at a Rainbow Push Coalition event by the Reverend Jackson. It was raining. Ken Spellman, who was a radio person, gave her his business card. And so Amanda was doing something, and the roommate was like, oh, that business card is huge. And Amanda was like, what you talking about? I think this business card is at Rockefeller Center. Rockefeller Center, for those of you who don't know, is the home of the original morning show, the Today Show at NBC. You guys don't remember Howard Stern, WNBC radio. Mm-hmm. So in that building, at that time, that's where Sirius XM was. So Ken Spellman interviewed Amanda about her poetry, not recognizing it was an interview for the job. So Amanda started working at Sirius in March of 2003. March 2004, Shannon did radio for Sirius XM. Like I told you, he did Mad Dog Radio, or he did sports radio. The craziest thing was Amanda was like, oh, okay. I'm just like, he's trying to relate to you. You could have said, okay, so when you were at Sirius, what were some of your experiences? That could have allowed you to humanize yourself. Or like, oh, you know what? I got into radio through comedy. You got into radio through sports. How was it for you? Like, oh my God. Okay. I was like, I mean, it was like, okay, it was just it was like glaze at Krispy Kreme or original donuts. I'm just like, you just go, okay. So there was an interview for Outkast, right? There was some radio hosts, and they were going to be out, and so Amanda is an Outkast fan. She was giving all these facts about Outkast, and so then the person at Sirius XM, the hosts were like, "You want to do the interview?" She was like, "Yes." And so Amanda did the interview and went great, and then Shannon, I caught the shade. He said, I quote, "You are just like a magician. You would appear at one job and disappear at another." I'm swimming away. I'm swimming away. I'm swimming away, and I'm happy again. For those of you who don't know where that's from, Singing in the Rain. I'm just singing in the rain. I'm just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm happy again. Oh my God. I was just swimming away in my thoughts like, he's kind of right. You do appear at one job, but then you disappear at another job. It was the only job that she got fired from because of somebody that had a little ass chain and a high boot. That's what she said. So this person had a picture of Condoleezza Rice and gave intros from different generals. And this person worked in the hip hop division. So I'm guessing Shade 45. I'm guessing. I don't know. So she was 21 years old. And as she was dapping up the person, he said, keep it corporate. Though all of y'all are black, y'all should be able to have your own language, but okay. He said, I quote, "You're spoiled. I'm going to expose you." So Amanda did extra to be seen. So she showed up early. She stayed over late. She helped out in any capacity that she could. So everyone knew that Amanda was at Sirius XM was a real hip hop head. So when you came to Amanda, it was going to be a real interview, not just some producers and a pre-production meeting giving you notes and then you go off those notes. So when she did Flowetry, he switched because he thought that she was getting too big of a star. So Lupe Fiasco wanted to interview with Amanda, but he blocked it. And so he was like, how did you know Lupe was coming? And she was like, you don't need to know about that. And Hoff wanted to do an interview. So Hoff is Jay-Z. So Jay-Z wanted to do an interview. He was already there at Sirius XM. And so it was pre-recorded. And so they try to get rid of her Sirius XM because it wasn't part protocol. And Jay-Z said that they should be promoting you. That's the same thing that Shannon said. They should be promoting you. And so she talks about this book called The Gifted Adult, and that it shows up in their overachievement and their ability to know. It shows up in their ability to show up. So HR knew the situation. So HR was not for her, as she learned. So there was a middleman at SiriusXM. So Amanda Seals dated Pusha T. So Pusha T's manager invited her to the MTV Music Awards. So Amanda got an invite and said, hey, listen, can I go to the MTV Awards? And they said, sure, da. So remember the middleman from SiriusXM, right? So she gets a call from her boss, and the boss said that you were supposed to go through me. She said, that's not what HR said. And so it was subordination. And then she got fired. So she went to MySpace and said that she was announced that she was leaving, and then she was banned from SiriusXM for 7 years. Now, I will say that man was a bitch to do all that. Like, normally people will be proud of your work ethic, right? So I will give her love, grace, and space for that. That was a screwed up situation, and she deserved better at SiriusXM. I'll say it. She definitely deserved better. So then we get to the Emmys party. So 2018 was the first one, and she went with Jill Scott Lee, or Jill Lee. Y'all, I'm joking. Her name is not Jill Lee or Jill Scott Lee. Her name is Jill Scott, okay? Calm down. Jesus Christ. So Issa Rae's publicist planned the party. So there was a situation that Issa Rae said that's between y'all. 2019, nobody was there. So Amanda was on a show called Insecure. For those of you who may not know, it was a show on HBO. It was a huge show that put HBO on the map. HBO's always been on the map, but for black content, that definitely put them on the map. And so 2019, nobody was there, but Amanda went to the HBO Emmys party and said, hey, go to the Emmys after party. So she went to the HBO party. Oh, have fun at the draft party. Much love. Listen, you can watch the replay. Much love to you. Enjoy the draft party. That's right. The NFL draft is on live from Detroit tonight. It's literally coming up at 7 Central, only on, I think, ABC and ESPN2. I don't know if they're streaming live on ESPN Plus, but yes. So she went with Kafina and Kendrick Sampson. Mexican girl, but she looks and passes as white. She says you can't go in. So Jesse Williams invites Amanda to the Emmys party. So Joey Harris, who works for Janet Jackson, was part of and Amanda was a part of Bringing the Funny on NBC at the time. It was a great experience for her. Chrissy Teigen brought a foot massager from Sharper Image in her dressing room because she was doing the shoot with heels on. And then Jeff Foxworthy did a promo shoot where they were passing a drink, and Amanda didn't like it. So Jeff Foxworthy also pitched in and said that he didn't like it either. And so Amanda wants to do a show with Jeff about fishing and talking shit. So Shannon said the land is better than being on a boat, because a boat, it's instability on a boat, because when you go out in a boat, you're trying to catch certain fish. So Shannon had to school her own fish. So then Aisha Kelly was a planner for the Emmy party, and he was like, come on in. Like, I'm the planner. They can't kick you out because of me. And so Shannon said, did you call Jesse Palmer? And she was like, I texted him, but he was at the party. Amanda, if you really want to go to that party that damn bad, if Jesse Williams invites you, Jesse Williams is a full-grown man. Excuse me 1 minute. Hey, man, what's going on? They ain't letting you in? Hang on 1 second. Jesse would came up. If he invited you, he would came up. Okay. So she gets into the bar. She's standing by the bar. Security asks her to leave. And so Vanessa Anderson, Issa Rae's publicist, is the one that wants her to leave. So, 3 men come out the back. The first man, who was kind, was there, and then 3 men come out the back, and the man was cussing Amanda out, like, you need to get the fuck out of here, da-da-da-da-da. And the Katharina comes out the restroom, and Amanda's not a sucker, but she's not sure about beating up a man. So, like I said, the first one was kind of once again, the other 3 was there, and Amanda was going to say, fuck you, but then they thought Amanda was going to do something. So a white man got in the middle and chest bumped her, and she nimbled on him. in the heel rather, and she was gonna go Goku and do Super Saiyan. Ha! Kamehameha! Dragon Ball Z is the anime. Hashtag Toonami. Hashtag child. Hashtag that was, it still is the shit. Toonami, I swear. They should just make Toonami a whole TV network for anime. But listen, what do I know, right? I'm just a 29-year-old man talking on YouTube anyway. So she refused to hug somebody recently because of this, and nobody came to her aid at the party. And it was nobody from Insecure, but she remembers the faces, right? And so the Bronx girl was like, what the fuck is going on? Her friend. And the security said, please don't, Amanda. And Amanda did like, please don't, Miss City, don't be like me. Don't be like me. And so the security guard said, I'm just doing my job. And she was like, yes, I know, but is it worth your moral compass? Or is your job worth going against your moral compass? And he was like, damn. So in the back alley, hey, Carmen Walls, thank you so much, Queen. Much love. I'm going to go ahead and finish it out. It is all good. So basically in the back alley, homegirl and her became friends because the homegirl was able to finally see what Amanda was saying, right? And people were wanting Amanda there. So 2 days later, Issa calls Amanda and says, would you like to talk to Vanessa? Now, watch this track of information. Shannon says it's too late. I tried to talk to her at the party. And so Amanda has been protecting Issa Rae for a long time now. Amanda's not interested in a $100 million deal. You're not interested in a $100 million deal, but yet you want to be in black spaces and be respected, embraced, and valued. But okay. Although I will say being embraced, valued, and respected is different than a $100 million deal. So I get it. It's more for the social capital of it, not the financial capital of it. I can understand that. And so Amanda's never shared this publicly. Tried to protect Issa because what Issa is doing now, a lot of people get to do, and her role is important. And so Amanda said, how can I be a mean girl on set that's not my set? And so Amanda had a show called Get Your Life that was on Issa Rae's YouTube channel, The Awkward Adventures of the Black Girl. So Issa Rae was a YouTuber before she became the Issa Rae. And so Issa Rae didn't tweet to correct the fact that it was Amanda's show. And so she didn't promote it either. And Amanda didn't change how she saw Issa. It was just, okay, this is how she does things. What happened did not change Amanda's mindset on Issa's character. So the publicist was at service and was trolling for no reason. Even Issa Rae's business manager was like, can you please be kinder to Amanda because she is talent on our show? And so when Issa said, do you want to talk to Amanda? When Issa said to Amanda, do you want to talk to Vanessa? She said, sure. Because why? Issa was the boss and she had to go back to Insecure. So Shannon said, at the party, Issa said it wasn't her business, but now it's her business. Now, Shannon, the math is not math, and I agree with you because here's the thing, right? If you're saying at a party that it's not your business, but then you claim it as your business, you're flip-flopping. Just hearing it as I heard it, just commonsensically, outside looking in, that's what it sounds like, right? Like I say, everything's alleged in my opinion for entertainment purposes. So, you see it strong at the bottom of the screen. So, with all that being said, feelings are hurt. Amanda has been in Hollywood longer than all the people in the room at the Oscar party. Vanessa kicked her out because she just does not like her. And so on that phone call, that's what Vanessa said to Amanda. And so Vanessa then called back to say, don't you want to know why I don't like you? And so Amanda was like, no, I actually don't. And Shannon agreed with that. So then there's a smear campaign in danger of being fired off of Insecure, that she peed on the floor of the party. This is what Vanessa was saying, right? This was what Vanessa Anderson, Issa Rae's publicist, was saying, allegedly. Oh, that Amanda got into that fight. So Issa wanted to know if this is going to be a problem on the Insecure set because it's been going on for 2 weeks. Amanda says when the pylon doesn't match the reality, that's when she gets upset. And Issa, these are both your employees. That's what Amanda feels. And Amanda said to Issa, I feel that's a problem that you don't want to step in. Shan said that you didn't feel like you need to intervene for this, but you want to talk to Vanessa. I've said that many times before. So Amanda is not promoting her book, and press is canceling on her. So Amanda then says black spaces are just basically black faces. So she goes back to shooting Insecure. Nobody says anything to her own self. So Amanda has invited the cast to her house. She made a group chat. She did game night. She did retreat. They said no. The gifting, she said things. Now, she talked about Saronis Jackson. That is the piece of shit brother of Darius Jackson, the one who did domestic violence against Keke Palmer, right? So Saronis and Amanda were only in 2 scenes, and Lord help. Amanda said that Saronis was a cornball, he was an earthworm. So there was a rumor going around that Saronis had a child with someone who was on the show, but he was not claiming the child. So Saronis was like kikiing with Amanda and everybody, even though Amanda doesn't like him. So she tried to help Saronis by saying, and I quote, that listen, I think that if this is your child, you should shout from the rooftops. But if it's not, then be responsible. You know what I mean? Because as a father, because as somebody who didn't have a father, it impacted me. That was very kind of her. Because I'm like that too. Even though I may not send your ass, if I see something mean nothing wrong, I'm gonna let you know about it because you deserve to at least know what's coming. So then, it's going along for 3 weeks. We're gonna talk about this. Amanda said to Issa Rae. Issa Rae said, I'm sorry, finally. Took 3 conversations, and Issa wanted to speak to Vanessa. Or Issa went to talk to Vanessa. So finally spoke to Vanessa, Issa Rae did. And Amanda said, don't give your opinion when it's not based on truth. So she got in trouble for saying nigga to somebody. So it was a moment of saying, you're the most revolutionary nigga on the show. But they say on the show the word. So a black woman pulled her aside. And when people get upset with Amanda, it's a reflection on them and not of Amanda. And so Amanda had to apologize to this man. And the woman that said that she was going to stay in the room in case something happened. So then the Malibu scene where they were driving around Malibu, Issa Rae laughed at Amanda. Allegedly, we're talking about the problem because Amanda was crying. And Issa Rae said that you do have a tone to Amanda. Oh, Lord. So Issa and Amanda go to dinner after the end of season 1. And Issa said Amanda has something against her, and Amanda feels the opposite. And Amanda's like, I'm on your show. I can't do nothing. And Shan said, I can't do nothing unless you add more scenes. And Amanda said, I'm in pocket, baby. I understood what she meant. I can't make any moves that you don't put in the playbook. That's what she meant. And so Issa said, I saw you as your character, but Issa wrote the character. So Amanda said, let's do a clean slate because Amanda has nothing against Issa Rae. So Amanda always felt like she had to be the bong and peace. But Issa did too much in season 5, allegedly, and Amanda stopped communicating. So Lil Rel, who was on Club Shay Shay, said that most of Issa Rae's sets are women, camera people, and it's empowering women. And, Amanda says that wasn't my experience. So the AKA thing. So there was a whole thing about, Amanda Seale's character on Insecure being an AKA. And so they did not give credit to that. So it was a whole kid caboodle, right? So Shannon says, do you feel like people nitpick at you? And they're like, yeah. And then it was like, yes, they did. And so there were people making articles based on tweets about her energy. Black Enterprise wrote an article saying Amanda needs to change her energy. And she said she does not need to change her energy. If anything, people need to try to learn about energy. She said we need to change it. What needs to change is how we look at energy, how we understand energy. That's not necessarily our own. And aside from Black Girls White, no one else contacted her. Okay. One second. So here is the shade room, right? Because you said nobody else responded to you, right? No one else responded to you. Essence on Instagram said, we hear you and love you. We will do a better job at showing up for you and showing you that love is real. Happy to offline and see what we can show up for you. Amanda, you forget that receipts are out here, boo, on you. Like, you said, aside from Black Girls Rock, no one else contacted you. But Essence contacted you on your Instagram post. Okay. I'm just saying. What you want me to do? So anyway, back to this review. We're almost done now. So after Black Girls Rock and Essence called, after she lied and said no one else called besides Black Girls Rock, she said that in order to have a better world, we need lesser ego, curiosity, and humanity. Curiosity comes from love, and that the society puts up borders because people are different, and you can't attach her to things without legitimate reasons. If you don't feel like you need to be here, maybe you don't need to be here. That's what she said. If I don't feel like I need to be here, maybe I don't need to be here. And so Amanda says they assign their nitpicking. Amanda is a bully because she does this, and that. And so then she talks about the Black publications that, the clicks and views will drive somebody to the site. And then there'll be follow-ups, so there'll be clicks and views for that. And so, Amanda talks about how these articles can unalive people. And people said, don't go there. So she was supposed to go to an event at Howard University. And Howard University allegedly rescinded their invites, right? About all that. So Amanda asked a question about Rice's mom of fraud, of how can you give this Black mom, a platform about accusing everybody else? And like I said, I get that there's curiosity, but also too, you gotta know when to bring the fire department to put out the fire. And you also need to know when you are adding lighter fluid to a fire, right? And sometimes I think that Amanda thinks, oh my God, look guys, I'm pouring out a fire. When it's like, okay, we get that there's a fire, but what are you going to do about it? I know that was really random of me to say that, like lighter fluid to a fire, but what I really meant to say was, anybody can point out a fire. What the hell are you going to do about it? Anybody can point out a fire, but it takes somebody to care about the fire, right? So that's what I meant to say. So she talks about her uncle. And the uncle says about her first book, make sure that you edit your book like a deposition, because people can't read your mind because it's on paper. So this was her uncle from Grenada. He was the judge. So Amanda's problem is people know they understand what she is saying when she's saying it. And it's difficult in 140 characters. And so she is saying that there are Black journalists out here without any investment and credibility of doing research and this, that, and third. And so she talks about the clicks and views for the story follow-up from the griot and the root. And Black people are the bottom line. They are the culture. They are the vessel for all things. And so sometimes Amanda just be talking. That's what she says. And so she talked about this thing with Paris. And so she said the dude that she was talking to, she said to him, I hope you get your passport soon because we can fly to Paris. And he said, listen, I don't have to have a passport because I fly in my mind. First of all, if you have a dude say that to you, you shouldn't be dating him anyway. What the hell, Amanda? And so Amanda offers a blanket apology to anyone that she has unwillingly caused discomfort. That was never her goal. If you take the apology, it wasn't for you, fuck you. That's what she said. Now, an apology only matters if you claim name to it. Okay. I also get why she gets she gave Blake an apology, because she's like, okay, I got too many people in the name, and also too, if I give an apology, this Shannon, as the interviewer, has her right to follow up with. So I saw the movie. Then we talk about typecast. So everybody's afraid to be typecast And Amanda has been accused of being colorist, and she's been misinterpreted in life but not on camera. And so when she was in a Breakfast Club interview, the Breakfast Club asked what was some of the reasons that people don't like her. It's always the conversation. And so people took it the wrong way when she said light skin, and there's the dark versus light. Colorism works in one way. Colorism works in two ways. We saw that with the green-eyed bandits on Real Housewives of Potomac. Robin and Giselle, Roberto and, neck, ankles, words Candace. By the way, congratulations to Candace Dillard Bassett. She is going to be hosting a local event for the local chapter of the Recording Academy in Washington, D.C. Congratulations to her. Just a side note. But when, Wendy and Candace get the brunt of Giselle and Robin, that is colorism, because they are not seeing responsibility. They are just trying to assign blame, but not recognizing that they have privilege. So it works two ways. So dark people be colorist to light people, and light people can be colorist to black people. So she said it works only one way. I'm like, it goes both ways. Okay. So she said her great-great-grandmother was raped by James Wool in Virginia. And 12 months out of the year, he was, having sex with the slaves, and she is probably related to Robert E. Lee. Her great-grandmother on her mother's side was raped by her boss in Grenada. So then, Shannon Sharpe said, so are you part of the Kevin Hart LOL network? Now, she did have a show on Sirius XM radio, but she said that ended 2 years ago. And so she said that his staff may not have the same fervor of caring about people like he does. And Kevin Hart had intentions for Amanda Seales, but it could not be carried out. So Live Nation tried to cancel Amanda Seales' whole tour. So Amanda had to call people who had the juice, and she had to do those shows because her man was not making money. And so if Amanda is quiet, then it's a problem. No money for the bills. So without those shows, there was nothing coming in at all. So she had no other gigs except those shows. So they about to talk about Bring On the Funny, but I think they already talked about that. So then, they talk about the Amanda Seales show. So Amanda says, we're going to listen, laugh, and learn. Radio One have been great partners, a place that sees you and you never have to convince them of anything. Amanda always thought that her own show would be a TV show, but radio is her vibe. She did not know how many people listen to radio. And so basically the vocab word, she does this vocab word of the day. So in Selma, she met a bus driver that plays the show to her kids. And so it was something about Sorani sound. I can't remember what that point was, but I do remember that. So the co-host Supreme, so her co-host Supreme, and then she would do Fact Then Opinion on her show, right? So then we get to the real, this is our time. So with that being said, let me show y'all this here. So for those of you who don't know, The Real was the show right here. Now, originally it had Jeannie Mai, Lonnie Love, Adrian Malone, but now Adrian Holton, and Tamara Mowry. And then it had Tamar Braxton, but then, Tamar left it as a whole fall. So they were a taped talk show originally. This just comes to us from our report. The show went live for the first time in the 4th season, giving the viewers the opportunity to interact with the host in real time and grow social media footprint. So the show has been nominated for both an Emmy and NAACP Image Award. And so they did, I think they won an Emmy, if I'm not mistaken. I think they did win an Emmy. And so this season has been a thrill. Executive producer Rachel Mesnick, she's been an executive producer for a long time. I think she was an executive producer on the Tyra Banks show. Going Live showcases Adrian, Lonnie, and Jeannie and Tamara in the best life. They're able to address tough questions and headlines. The headlines as they break the news cycles only getting faster. We look forward to keeping up with the high stories and booking more guests to contribute to the conversation. They were live. Okay, they were live. So back on this thumbnail here. So the Glam Squad, according to Amanda Seales, were the good times of the Rio, because you had to be early there every day. And so she had no issues with her co-hosts. She had problems with the executives because they did not allow them to talk about real stuff. So Tamara wanted to talk about wine. The producer said black people don't drink wine. That's a damn lie, because all the black-owned wine labels and brands, are you kidding me? But okay. And so Amanda says it's not that she didn't have a good time at the Real. She just came into it thinking one thing, she was blindsided. But guest hosting, she was embraced. And she reminded the ladies of their voices. And there were things that were happening, and ladies didn't know that they could say no. And so, you know, the black publications that did all these articles on Amanda had nervous breakdown. And so Amanda's like, people sell their souls for so little. And so she never met these people, did nothing to them. So she says there has to be a pack. Amanda, you are a public figure. Whatever you do, people are going to report on. By the way, y'all, 11 minutes after 8 p.m., the Never Ever Mets are on right now, only here, hashtag on Keeping It Real. It's about 7 black couples who have a name virtue, but they never met in real life. So that show is on right now. Just want to give some love, grace, and space to that good show coming up. Well, it's on now, but just want to give some love, grace, and space to that show right now. So, like I said, you are a public figure, right? That comes a part of the game. So, these ain't blogs. So there was a thing called Myron Roll. There was a brother named Myron Roll, right? So there was a sexual misconduct claim. So Amanda Stills accused Russell Simmons of sexual harassment a while back, and now she said that former Florida defensive back Tennessee Titans draft Myron Roll, who was a Rhodes Scholar, is currently a Harvard neurosurgeon, said the same thing. The Insecure star talked about the alleged incident when she visited the Breakfast Club last month. However, she did not mention Roll's name. The actress said she received a number of text messages from a man, which she spoke about more on this podcast. On Monday, February 18th, she went to her Instagram story and revealed Roll's name, and she explained why she felt compelled to do so. I really don't take it lightly what I'm about to say, because when you put names, when you name names, you know that not only are you putting that person out there, but you're putting yourself out there, she explained. But I feel as a woman who makes it my business to be a warrior for truth, that needs to be said. I, on my podcast on the Breakfast Club, spoke about an individual who approached me on the air, that we spoke on the phone, and they said some troubling things in the conversation that made me take a step back. Seals also said that even though she didn't name Roll, 8 other women recognized certain characteristics from her description, which gave her even more reason to come forward. I think it was the fact that you were giving red herrings of who this person was and not knowing all the intel, right? So you say, you know, the Rio, the Black Enterprise, this and the third. Here's an op-ed right here. Here's the op-ed from the Rio. Op-ed. Amanda Stills did not accuse Myron Roll of sexual harassment, so why is my sis being charged? Courtney Willis, March 7th, 2019. This is a whole thing right here. A whole thing right here, right? First of all, and this is what Courtney Willis said in the Rio, a black publication, Amanda. I don't know if you know about this article. First, Seals never said or insinuated that Myron Roll sexually harassed her. Ever. If we're going to have this discussion, it's important that we at least get all of our facts straight. Reread the quote from the video for reference. Amanda found out a man who had set off her alarm bells had allegedly done more than that to other women. Many of these women trusted her enough to confide in her, and she was tasked with the moral conundrum of warning others while still protecting the anonymity of women. When she took to Instagram this week to respond to the reckless and inaccurate report on the video, she explained just that. I never accused Myron Roll of sexually harassing me or sent me inappropriate DMs. What I did say was that via DM, several women have approached me accusing him of sexually harassing them, she says in the video posted to Instagram. So the outlet so Black Sports Online took that extremely clear and concise clarification and marked it to their readers as submission online. What plan does that make logical sense? This is sort of the sensational clickbait that's not only inaccurate, but it's inflammatory and irresponsible and inflammatory. This is from the Griot. A black publication you say disrespected you. Courtney Wills, March 7, 2019. So you want to do your research. The outlet has presumably come to their senses and altered their headline to read Amanda Seals backtracks when she said ex-NFL neurosurgeon Myron Roll was problematic after putting Roll's medical career in jeopardy by accusing of being a sexual predator. Several ironies here. The only ones backtracking are the people attempting to create a scandal where there was none. While that tragically long headline may have been a half-hearted attempt to backtrack on the 100% false information contained in the first one, it illuminates the sad reality of our that is said marketing. Black women are expected to protect black men at all times. And if they dare to criticize in one way for any reason, it is due to a deep-rooted hatred for all black men, as if the writer was itching for an excuse to discredit the growing tide of the Me Too movement and used Steele as an excuse to unleash his resentments. Tone the piece illustrate this bias from the get-go. Irony too, the person who published a headline like that is chastising a woman for something she never did. He even posted videos to prove that she never said Rose sexually harassed her, or the one that reiterates that she never sexually harassed him. For those who were tired of fake news and want to know the story, here's what Amanda actually said in the video named Monique. Sills went on shows and did video with keeps ex-NFL and now neurosurgeon Myra being problematic with her over the phone. Then she went on to say a bunch of unnamed women told her Roe was sexual prayer, but didn't know how and what way before a woman said Roe answered the door to his house one time naked before a date. That was all alleged. You do not know that for sure. She never provides any proof that Roe has done anything to anyone. It's all secondhand info, and no one's publicly backed up. With literally no investigation, it was brought to my attention that he had sexually harassed a woman by opening up a door, and when she came to meet him for a date, but naked, then telling her that she was the one overreacting. It's clear that some folks don't think there's anything wrong with a man answering the door butt naked. Obviously, there is something wrong with that. Okay, that's not cool. Not here, there, not anywhere. Brain Lee, I am. Okay, can't speak for everybody else. We're Brain Lee, the virtual tour family, the virtual travelers, the generic tourists, the words of Apple Sea. We don't think that's cool. Okay, can't speak for everybody else. Instead, we assume that the woman who was at the door, as well as Steele's, as well as any other woman I can't imagine, will agree that the words or action may make a person uncomfortable. At the very least, this woman was uncomfortable about the words she may have felt friend, embarrassed, disrespected by a man naked by presenting to her with no room. In case you didn't know, there's a whole school of thought around the idea that no one should have to have your private parts if they don't want to. I think that's most of the school of thought in the world. Check out the laws on exposure. If this is perplexing, or if you're feeling froggy, let's rip off your clothes the next time you go to the mailbox and see what happens. Ooh. So this was it here. So this was the article right here. So the griot, somebody named Courtney Wills. So this is Courtney Wills, entertainment director at The Griot and host of our latest podcast initiative, Acting Up. She has worked at numerous publications, including Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, Billboard, MTV News, Jet, and more. She is currently based in Los Angeles, where she resides with her husband and children. Courtney Wills, the entertainment director of The Griot, stood up for you. So you got to do your research before you say everybody's attacking you. I just pull up receipts. That's it. That's all. That's all I do. Just pull up receipts. So back to the review. So she said Myron Rowe, she was affirmed of that choice, but she had to do the best she got with that blueprint. If she hates all black men, she wants a refund. Because she bailed people out of jail, talked to black men, this, that, and the third. And so, Amanda Steele said, stop telling me about burning bridges and hubris. Hubris is a Greek character who was selfish and defied God. And so he looked into the pool and he fell into the pool based on his own reflection. Amanda lives by God and is spoken to by God. And people live by the word no matter what the word is. And that is true. We all live by a word. We all live by a belief. We all live by a compass. So Lexapro is the antidepressant that Amanda's on, and Amanda says she's not likable, she's lovable. And the love for myself and the love and people who love her are at the same level. And she says you don't want to be hollow, you do want to be full of yourself. And her confidence originally was built off the backs of other people. And women are not allowed to name themselves. That is very true. As a black woman, your existence is a whole problem for other people. Just like black men. And I think it's tacky, trifling, disrespectful. I really do. And so Amanda says, I am made from something of other. And Amanda also said something else that's true too. She said, people don't want you to evolve, grow, this, that, and the third. Amanda tried to stop calling it. But Queen Latifah came to Amanda's defense. So see, there are people who care. But also, too, you have to recognize that sometimes you throw vinegar into situations where you can just throw in honey. You know what I mean? Black people forget that they're black when they try to go into other spaces, and when they get rejected, they come back to black people. And Shannon Sharpe said this, and Amanda's like, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who she is. And so Candace Owens is talked about, and Shannon spoke everything of the truth. Everything of the truth. So Amanda says it's not the black space's fault. It's not her fault. It's not Candace Owens' fault. It's the black spaces that allowed her black in. And basically, they talk about slavery, and they talk about how at some point in time, they wrote forgiveness in the Bible and the hymns because they want to let you know no matter how wrong they're doing, they still need to forgive you so they can move on. And so Amanda says forgiveness shall only be given for people who ask for it. Redemption requires action. So it's clickbait, it's dumb, it's naivete with people when it comes to forgiveness. And so it's insulting for anyone who has a mind. So she then says, what is black spaces? Because when she makes Smart Funny and Black Small Doses, the Amanda Seal show, she says we have to look at black spaces as kinfolk or kinfolk. And she said that black spaces are black by name and white by commerce. And so then the conversation about Angela Reese comes up. So for those of you who don't know, Angela Reese had a very emotional press conference. And so, Emmanuel Acho said you can't be emotional. Meanwhile, you are a whole damn football player. And you had this whole book called Conversations with a Black Man and trying to be the representative for black people for the mainstream. And so Amanda said, corny ass, he passed in. And, she said, she said about Emmanuel Acho, I'm the black guy that's nice. And Shannon was like, I know these people. And Amanda said, you ain't saying that, I am. And so I will agree with Amanda on that. Emmanuel Acho, that was a Mitch move. You can't tell a black woman what she can do. Meanwhile, you are a black man in the NFL. Did anybody tell you what you could do with your emotionality? No, that was a stupid ass move made by, and that was such a displacent perspective that it was ignorant, foolish, and just a downright damn shame of you to say it. So Amanda said, can I get a hug? And Shannon said, I tried to dap you up earlier. I tried to give you a hug. And she said something that was very deep. She said, I had to get to a hug. And they actually hugged on camera. I'm like, you know what? I received that. Because sometimes you have to get to know somebody before you give them your space. So I understood that. And Shannon said, that was a quick hug. But Shannon felt good. So then they talk about the BET Awards 2020 from her house. And her stylist got COVID, but it was a false positive. And so a boyfriend that she was seeing on and off was at her place. So Jesse Collins and Dion Hartman from Jesse Collins Entertainment, she said those two people are absolutely amazing. And Jesse Collins knew that she was autistic before she was autistic. And Jesse Collins said to the team at BET, Amanda just needs information. Give her the information, that's it. So Amanda's tone and being aggressive, being detail-oriented is not bad. She just is particular. And Jesse Collins saw that. So her boyfriend did not want to do physical labor. So he did hook up the wire. So she got a credit and a check for him and tried to protect him again. But she doesn't like protecting people that don't protect her. So her hairstylist, her stylist, and makeup artist, they were all on FaceTime. She did 13 costume changes. Amanda did the BET Awards at her house. And so she got the call from BET 2 days before hosting the BET Awards. So her ex tried to extort her. And so, Shannon said, you have bad run. You've been having a bad run with men. And she said she didn't have a father to tell her what to do. And men think she comes off as masculine when she's really passionate. Now listen, Nene Leak says something in Carlos King interview down there because she said, I diminished Greg's role when I took over. And men would like to feel that they are important. So if you're doing everything, what's the point of us being, right? So listen, you gotta give us something to work with in order for something to happen, or for work to happen, right? So basically, there was a fun fact about Amanda football, and Amanda appreciates sports. She respects basketball and football, but before all that, the passion she speaks with, she fucks with. And so, Shannon tried to shade Amanda, saying, you got back problems, so you're going to have to sit out. And so Amanda had a comeback. So Amanda was talking about her being a comic. She said she's really good at it. So she has a comedy special called I Am Melanin. And Amanda does not prepare her comedy. If you don't prepare for the room you go into, how do you know how to fight in the room? How do you know how to command the room? But hey, that's just me. She said that doesn't mean she doesn't have her L. She took one L in Los Angeles, but the room was different than her comedy. And then they talk about dating in 2024. Amanda is single. Amanda's looking for a man that has character, strong value system, cares about animals, likes music, is curious, but doesn't have to be scholarly. And so Amanda says that she's working on her toxic traits. Shannon was like, I know you bull driving. Oh my Lord. She said, and Shannon said toxic love. And then Shannon said, not me. And so Amanda said that Shannon had toxic traits. He was like, whoa, that's not about me. It's not about me. And so Shannon apparently said, I need to fuck every morning. Chad Ochocinco. And so Amanda was like, so what? It was almost like whether she likes it or not, that's the expectation. And Amanda said the Uzi isn't ready till prime time. I'm like, what the hell is this ending we're about to come into, right? So, Shannon then asked, there's no man in Amanda's DMs. And then, Amanda says, I'll ask you off camera about your life and you can ask me about mine. And so, men say that she's too intense and men want to tame her. There was a man that said, I like you because you like a challenge. And then Amanda, this was funny. She said she doesn't want discourse. She wants intercourse. And so then Amanda said she doesn't want kids, but she froze her eggs. So Shannon said, you got to be willing to compromise. And she said, I'm not willing to compromise my uterus. And so then Shannon said that maybe it might be a surrogate. And then Shannon said that's what kids are for, to take care of you when you get older. And then Amanda says, if you're having kids to take care of you, that's unfair. Now, I do agree. There are some parents that take care of kids. There are some people that have kids, rather, so they get a check. But they don't want to handle the responsibility. And that is unfair. I definitely agree with Amanda on that. So where your heart is at when you care about people, how people care for you, will reflect in the energy given back to you. Unless it's white media. And so egg freezing is a mother of it. And so Shannon, he's from the South. And so he said, hens can only lay so many eggs. And Amanda was like, don't say that I'm a hen ever again. It was a metaphor, man. And so Amanda says she has a new edition of Small Doses, which talks about the sexual assaults that she has had. Egg freezing is medical, but it's yucky. So then Amanda is on tour with the Unlikable tour. And she is excited because she was blacklisted. But they'll talk about that in part 2. And so Small Doses, the podcast, which has been on 6 years. Congratulations on 6 years. That's a big deal. And so Amanda asked, after this whole interview, she asked, would you come on and do Small Doses? And Shannon said, I could do that, but I got to go through my people. And she was like, you got to go through people. And he was like, yeah, it's not that. It's, Amanda said, you got to get approval. And he was like, no, I don't have to get approval, but I'm a very busy man. I shoot up to 8 to 10 times a week of Club Shay Shay. I'm like, good damn, 8 to 10 times a week. I can only imagine that schedule. And 3-hour interviews, good Lord Jesus. And so Amanda said that Shannon is committed by heart, not by date. And so Amanda said that she got time because she's not going to die until she's 80. She's got a new book from Simon & Schuster coming out. And her book, Small Doses, has been out. And Amanda appreciates Shannon Sharpe's space. And, as she is closing out her interview, Shannon Sharpe. She says, Amanda is a pure soul, is no longer going to argue what people think versus what she knows. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your Shannon Sharpe, Amanda Silks Club Shay Shay interview after show. Y'all, we did it in 2 hours, 59 minutes, and 54 seconds. I saved y'all a whole hour and some change on that interview. My Lord Jesus. Woo. Y'all, that was a lot. I'm not gonna say it for y'all. That was quite a lot. Like I said everything I said, and I meant what I said. I hope for Amanda now that she has peace in her valley mentally, but I think the only way we will ever know if it's true peace is how she carries out that peace moving forward. So, with that being said, I am going to drop the link. I only know it's one person here, but I'm going to drop the link just to let you guys, just if you guys want to come up, because I know y'all got a lot to say. I got a lot to hear. I think I did this review very well. Of course, I was passionate. Of course, I said what I said, it meant what I said, but I think there was soul in my review because I said what I said, but also, too, I understand that this was your time to get out your energy. So, oh, my Lord Jesus, 30 likes. Thank you all so much. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to turn off my camera now because I've done the whole show for over 2 hours. Good Lord Jesus. We're going to take a little commercial break because I did all that live. So we're going to take a little commercial break. We'll be back more right after this. Rolling.
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big. Or if you like, too small. Copeland's. There's always something good.
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is...
Sweet morning dew, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. God, you are found. I come from nothing. Our son is your son. Welcome to the celebration. We all we got. I'll see that. Don't you leave here today with happiness. I want you to leave here with joy.
Hey, grab me one too. Grab me one too.
I finally did it. Popeye's new chicken sandwich. I've been trying to make the perfect chicken sandwich forever.
How does that make you feel?
You know me. It had to be just right. Finding a bun as good as my chicken was not easy. I mean, I did it, obviously.
I think we've made a lot of progress here. I feel great. Good talk. I'm proud of you.
My new chicken sandwich is buttermilk battered and served on toasted brioche. Try it in spicy or classic.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
I finally did it. Popeye's new chicken sandwich.
Things have been a little quiet around here. We've missed the fun. We've missed the excitement. We've missed the entertainment. We've missed the nightlife. But most of all, we've missed you. We're getting ready. Caesar's Rewards. We can't wait to welcome you back.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you. More than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers, the one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
I'm loving it.
Welcome back in. I love y'all right back. Welcome back into Brayley's virtual tour live, everybody. What a tour we have had tonight with Shannon Sharpe and Amanda Seales. Woo! I think there's going to be a lot of conversations out of this live. You know, some will agree with me, others will disagree. Listen, before you get on to me, the interview is public, so everyone's talking about it. So if you're going to have the energy for me, have the energy for everyone. Have the same energy for everyone else talking about it. That's all I got to say with that. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody for being here. The two people that are here now. Carmen Wallace, thank you. Lady B, thank you. Hopefully you are enjoying your draft party for sure. Lynette Stiller, thank you as well. Alf MC, thank you as well. Miss Denise, thank you. Angela A, thank you for the super sticker, gorgeous. Thank you so much. Much love to you. Samantha Elvey, thank you so much. Good to see you, gorgeous. Y'all support her. She is a content creator. Community Unity and Culture, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Good to see you. TKO 2890 Roblox player, thank you so much. Healthcare workers, thank you as well for being here. Patricia Ellis Robin, thank you so much for being here as well. Justine Bowd, thank you. Who said that? Thank you. Tyler T Mom G Mom, thank you as well. And that is everybody. Yes, indeed. I think the biggest thing that we got to recognize is, I said this during the morning edition. I did the morning edition of Virtual Tour Live with all you good people. And I said, we always recognize the backsliding. We don't always recognize the climbing that somebody's doing in their life, right? We don't recognize the progress. We recognize, we don't recognize, we recognize the fall more than the rise. And so I think we have to be better at, while someone is falling, we also have to recognize that somebody could rise up as well. You know what I mean? So balance things, trying to balance things out. So, but anyway, here is the Never Ever Mets here. In case you guys have never, you know what? I can't even play it because I got cut out every time. Good damn. I'm just trying to promote the show. I don't know what video it is, but anyway, it's about 7 black couples that have been dating virtually but have never met in real life. So me and Gigi will be reviewing that tomorrow. Should be a good time there. And there's another interview that I'm probably going to do on Christopher Massey and Kyle Massey's mom with Comedy Hype. I definitely want to dig into that because she said that she was going to support Dan Schneider no matter what. I'm curious to see what she has to say, and curious to see what you would have, what all of you have to say as well. So it's going to be a good time. Like I said, the Never Ever Mets is on right now, 8/7 Central, only here. Hashtag keep it 8/7 Central, only here. Hashtag on keeping it real. Comes out on Fridays. By the way, it airs on Max and also on Discovery Plus the next day. Then, of course, Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming back May 4th at 8/7 Central, only here. Hashtag on keeping it real. And then this summer, this show is coming back.
Did you miss us?
You did see that, right? One more time.
Did you miss us?
It's so damn good. One more time for the one more time.
Did you miss us?
It's going to be a very, very, very hot summer. I can tell you that right damn now. Woo, man. What a day. Man, oh man. I don't know how many views this is going to get. Like, when I did the Monique one and I did the Katt Williams one, they both did well on the channel. So we shall see how this does. Like I said, I want Amanda Seales to win as a human being. I want her to win as a black woman. I want her to win as a person in the industry, right? But also too, you gotta give me something to root for too. So let me get the Daily Motivator up for you guys, and then we'll head on out of here. This was a good old live right here. Let me tell you, it was hot. We become what we think about all day long. Ralph Waldo Emerson. We become what we think about all day long. We become what we think about all day long. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Amen, good brother. It's time for Daily Motivator for Friday, April 26, 2024. Desirable alternative. Sometimes you have no choice other than to fight. Wait for it, though. Wait for it. But fighting is not a good long-term strategy because whatever you fight against almost always grows stronger. What is a good term strategy? Building a more desirable alternative. Working in favor of a specific outcome is always more effective than fighting against its opposition. And whenever there's something to fight against, there's always a cause to work in favor of. Many factors pose a threat to all that makes life good. You can never hope to eliminate all those threats. What you can do is work to make the good things in life more robust, more enduring, more sustainable, and preferable. You can't prevent all falsehoods, yet there's no need to do so when the truth is compelling, accessible, and self-evident enough. I'm going to say that again. You can't prevent all falsehoods, but yet there's no need to do so when the truth is compelling, accessible, and self-evident enough. You can't prevent all falsehoods, rather, yet there's no need to do so when the truth is compelling, accessible, evident, and self-evident enough. Invest yourself in what's good, not in tearing down what is bad. With sufficient goodness, negativity can crumble into dust. Ralph Wilson, my Lord Jesus. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know, This is a very good daily motivator to end it on. Like I said, I don't read the daily motivators before showtime because I want to be able to read it and give it to you straight-laced, no chaser, or straight with no chaser. The desirable alternative doesn't just come from the circumstances. It doesn't just come from what is in those circumstances, but it comes from what we allow from the circumstances. That's the first thing. What we allow from our circumstances determines the desirable alternative, or the desirable, indesirable alternative. There it is. So that's the first thing. With us, we have to allow ourselves to want a desirable alternative. Number two, you can't prevent all falsehoods, yet there's no need to do so when the truth is compelling, accessible, and self-evident enough. What people say about you is an opinion. That doesn't mean it's facts. What people say about you is their opinion. That doesn't mean it's facts. What people say about you is their opinion. That doesn't mean it's facts. We were all somebody yesterday. We're all somebody today. We're definitely going to be somebody tomorrow. If you are worrying about someone else's totality that you're not worried about your own, then are you even living as a human being? That's the second thing I would say to you. And finally, going back to this Amanda Seales, Shannon Sharpe interview, investing yourself in what's good, not tearing down what's bad. With sufficient goodness, negativity can crumble to dust. Sometimes to have a desirable alternative, you have to tear down what's bad to know what is bad, to know what's best that is good. And so with that being said, I encourage, give, and invest into all of you. Negativity can only be negative if you allow negativity. Positivity can only be positivity if you allow positivity. So with that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you always want a blessing. Trust you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why? It's one thing to call yourself, it's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have some time with you. You have some time with me. Hopefully, I'll spend time with you. We're also going to be great together. And always remember, whether you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or you are just breaking down the humanity of recognizing that emotionality is not just different in everyone that lives, but it's different in everyone that consumes life. Make sure the replay is not just worthy for you to watch it, not just worthy for listen to it, but for you to want to experience it again. I love you. I value you. I embrace you all. Always remember, on receive love, you gotta give it. On receive love, you gotta give it. On receive love, you gotta give it. Wherever obstacles you have overcome, wherever successes you have achieved on this particular day, I am extremely proud of you. But if no one else is proud of you, be proud of your damn self on this particular day. And finally, y'all, allow things to breathe. The reason why things don't breathe is because people allow things to choke. If you allow it to breathe, you will get to a solution. If you allow things to choke, cause problems. What a word. Enjoy the fireworks for the day that was, for the day that's to come, and for the blessings that are on the way for you, me, and all of us as a society, as a people, as a culture. I'm going to give y'all a commercial break in fireworks. Like I said, enjoy the fireworks for the day that was, for the day that's coming, for the blessings that are on the way for you, me, and all of us as a society, as a people, as a culture. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love, and I send it right back to you. Good night, everybody.
Did you miss us? If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh, wait, there is. Bring your friends. Good morning, America. GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big. Or if you like, too small. Copeland's. There's always something good.
Sweet boy and blue, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my best I knew. God, you were found. I come from nothing. Our son is your son.
Welcome to the celebration.
We all we got.
I'll see that. Don't you leave here today with happiness. I want you to leave here with joy.
This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zola. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician, general, author, ruler, man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.